Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to all of you in our new lecture 2. Dear students, hope that you got good understanding about our about our lecture 1, in which we started the chapter 14, whose title is respiration. Previously we explained the properties, the types of the respiration, external and internal, and then properties of the respiratory surface. Then we started the human respiratory system, in which we discussed the structure of the nose, which is the first part of the human respiratory system. Dear students, we will keep continuing the human respiratory system, and in today's lecture we will explain the rest of the parts in the human respiratory system. My dear students, hope that you people are getting the proper concepts and you are watching these lectures carefully. My dear students, after the nose, we have another structure that is called pharynx. Pharynx is very familiar to you people. You hear you learn this structure in the human digestive system also, and again it's present here. So the question arises here that it is a part of the digestive system or the respiratory system. So it is the part of the digestive system as well as the respiratory system also. It's a short muscular chamber. Its shape is a cone-shaped structure. It is, and its types are oropharynx, nasopharynx, and laryngopharynx. My dear students, the nasal cavities open into pharynx, whose called as nasopharynx, and nasopharynx is followed by the oral pharynx, and oral pharynx is followed by the laryngopharynx. After laryngopharynx, there is a structure called epiglottis. Epiglottis covers the upper part of the larynx, which is the next part of the respiratory tract. So this is all about the pharynx. Now the question arises here, what is the probable function of the pharynx? So in digestive system, its function was to connect the oral cavity with the esophagus, which is also called as the food pipe. And in the respiratory system, its function is to connect the nasal cavities with the larynx or the glottis, which is the next respiratory part. So it's very important. It's a communicating bridge which is connecting the two structures, and without the pharynx, the respiratory system is not complete. Along with that, it has a role in the sound production also. A little bit it is contributing, although it's not the function of the pharynx, but in vocal functions it have a little bit role. Now next is the larynx. The larynx is the expanded part of the trachea or the windpipe, and its structure is usually cartilaginous in structure, and you have to know that it is located between the cervical vertebra 3 and cervical vertebra 6, C3 to C6. The size of the larynx varies in male and female. In male, usually it is 44 mm. Its diameter, and in females it's about 36 mm diameter. So it very gender wise. The sound box, it is also called a sound box. The sound box of the male is larger as compared to the female. Now its structure is expanded part of the trachea. Its upper part is called as glottis, which is covered by epiglottis. The epiglottis function is that when we are eating, it will prevent the food particles to get into the ear pipe. And sometimes when we are eating too much fast, then it happens that a particle may enter into a respiratory tract and we start coughing, severe coughing. And then through coughing we expel that particular particle which got entered into the human respiratory system. It have two pairs of ligaments that are present. Actually, the main function of the larynx is the sound production. Dear students, same structure, not same, but just like that, another structure is present in the birds also, which is called as pharynx. Pharynx is present in birds and larynx in the mammals. Its function is the sound production along with sphincter for the lower respiratory system. For the lower respiratory system, it is a sphincter, and the glottis is cartilaginous structure having mucous membrane, and it also moistens the air when air passes to it. So it is a sound box and it's cartilaginous structure. The next we have the trachea. The trachea are the windpipe. This is also called as windpipe. The windpipe is made up of C-shaped cartilaginous rings, which are in number. They are 15 to 20, and the main purpose of the C-shaped cartilages is the main logic behind it, that it's one in having muscles, because this is connected with esophagus, which is a food pipe. So for example, if we suppose that it is a complete ring and it's not C-shaped, then it will push the esophagus and then will block the esophagus, which will eventually block the digestive tract, and the process of digestion will ultimately stop, which is a very, very important function. So to facilitate esophagus, the cartilages of trachea are C-shaped. Now this is larynx. Below larynx there is a cricoid cartilage. Cricoid cartilage connect to the trachea, and then trachea is present here. Usually 15 to 20 rings of cartilage, C-shaped cartilages are present. After that, the trachea divided into further two tubules, which are called bronchi. So my dear students, it's all about pharynx, larynx and trachea. Now we are going ahead in the respiratory tract, and let us discuss bronchi, bronchioles, alveolar ducts and the rest of the functions. Okay, dear students, now the next one is bronchi and bronchioles. So the trachea divide into two further branches called bronchi. Let's suppose this is trachea. This trachea further divide into two branches, and these are called primary bronchi. Each primary bronchi enter into the lung, and then it further divided into secondary bronchi, and secondary bronchi into tertiary bronchi, and tertiary bronchi into the bronchioles, and the which then end into terminal bronchi. This is division, the real division and further division that's going on of the bronchi. But the most important thing that you have to keep in mind that in secondary bronchi, C-shaped cartilages are replaced by cartilage plates. Now, cartilage plates are present, and in terminal bronchi there is no cartilage. Then alveolar ducts come. Alveolar ducts then divided into alveolar ducts, and these alveolar ducts open into sac-like structures which are called alveolus. This alveolus is the structural and functional unit of the lungs, and there are about 700 million alveolus in alveoli in the both of the lungs. This is made up of two proteins, elastin and collagen, which help them in the contraction and the relaxation, because the air comes and the air goes, it expands and then return to its normal position. The thickness of the wall is 1 micrometer, and this is the actual site where the gaseous exchange takes place, and they are surrounded by blood vessels, blood capillaries, where they give off the oxygen and take the carbon dioxide back, which then expelled out through exhalation. Then two lungs are present in humans, which are the right lung is about right lung. It has three lobes: superior lobe, median lobe and inferior lobe. But the left one have only two lobes due to the presence of the heart. My dear students, below the lungs there is a membrane, a tough membrane which is called as diaphragm, which help in the exhalation and inhalation of the gases. Usually, the exhalation and the inhalation of gases take place, and thus the diaphragm moves upward when there is exhalation, and in inhalation it comes down. So it's acting as a forcing agent which force the lungs to expel out the air, and which when it goes down, it increases the area, and thus the pressure decreases and the air comes inside. There's another approach which you need to learn, that the left lung is slightly down as compared to the right one due to the pericardium, which is a membrane which is surrounding the heart, and due to pericardium it's slight, it is slight down. That's why there is a marked difference in the diameter and length of the two bronchi also. The left bronchi diameter is less and length is high because it's a bit away, and the right one is diameter is high, more diameter it have, and the length is short because it's immediately located. So what is the logic behind this? That the left one is away. So if the gases come and they have, if we keep the same diameter and the air just come and it have more distance, it have less distance, then this right lung will fill up quickly and the left lung will fill up late, little bit. So what is the facilitation by the nature? That the length is more but the diameter is less. So it increases the air pressure, and thus both of the lungs are filled with air at the same time, and this is a structural difference in the two bronchi. I forget to mention here in bronchi, so you have to keep that the left bronchi length is more, diameter is less, and the right bronchi's diameter is more and the length is short. And the left lung have two lobes and it's slightly down as compared to the right lung. So my dear students, it was all about the respiratory system of the humans. Now we are going to discuss the exhalation and inhalation process, so please stay with us. Let's discuss. My dear students, the last segment of today's lecture is breathing. Breathing is the inhalation and exhalation of gases like we normally do. Exhalation, inhalation and exhalation. This is totally a mechanical process in which there is no chemistry, no chemical reaction is involved. Totally mechanical process. First of all, we have two phases, expiration and inspiration. Inspiration, it is the inhalation of gases or the intake of gases. We intake the gases from the atmosphere and these gases move towards our lungs. The mechanism is the chest cavity will increase. The chest cavity having muscles which are called intercostal muscles. Intercostal muscles are present between the ribs, and there are two types of intercostal muscles, internal costal muscles and external costal muscles, which always work antagonistically. The chest cavity will increase. When the chest cavity will increase, the diaphragm will move downward, it will contract, it will move downward, and the contraction of the external costal muscles will contract, and internal costal muscles will relax, which will increase the thoracic cavity, the space in the thoracic cavity, which will gradually decrease the pressure inside the lungs. The normal standard pressure, atmospheric pressure, is 760 millimeter of Hg, and when the thoracic cavity increased here in lungs, now we are experiencing 759 millimeter of Hg, mean a -1 millimeter of Hg gradient is being produced. So now the air will rush towards the lungs and the lungs will get filled with this air, and this process is called inspiration. While in another process, expiration, it is the exhalation of gases. Exhalation of gases means we are expelling the gas outside the body. This is exhalation. Now, the opposite thing will happen. The chest cavity will decrease. Why it will decrease? The diaphragm will move upward now. It will come to the relaxed position. And now the external costal muscles will relax and the internal costal muscles will contract, and it will cause the decrease in the chest cavity, and this decrease in the chest cavity will definitely exert a pressure inside, the pressure on inside here in the lungs, and now in the atmosphere we have 760 millimeter of Hg standard atmospheric pressure, and now in lungs we are experiencing 761 millimeter of Hg. It means now we have the gradient of +1 millimeter of Hg. So when we have +1 millimeter of Hg, now the pressure inside the lungs is high as compared to the external environment. So the air will move towards outside, and in that way the process of exhalation will complete. Without inhalation there is no exhalation. Without inspiration, there is no expiration. Both are compulsory parts of the breathing process, and breathing is a very, very important process in the respiration. That if there is no breathing, there will be no availability of external gases and the gaseous exchange, which is very vital for the cellular respiration will not be possible. So, my dear students, it was all about our lecture 2, in which we completed the human respiratory system. Along with that, we discussed the breathing. Inshallah, in our coming lectures, we will discuss some other topics of this chapters like respiratory volumes, transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide. It will be the part of our lecture 3, inshallah. Hope that you are got good understanding. Still, if you have any problem in the topic, then you can ask me through the Zoom application you must have in your mobile or in your desktop computer or laptop. So you can ask me in the live session, which is whose schedule is shared with you people. So you can join me, you can ask me. I will appreciate my students if you are asking questions regarding the topic. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.